And Perk, as upset as you were at the time you left Boston, it always seemed like it was cushioned a little bit by the fact that you were going to a really good Oklahoma City team and a team that really wanted you and they needed you in that locker room. They needed you with that young team that was just really on the brink at that point of going to the finals for the only time. Did that make it easier because you walked into something, you got a contract extension pretty fast there, and here's Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and James Harden, who they're young players trying to figure it out. What did you see? What did you find when you walked in the door there?
I didn't know what to expect. So my plane ride to Oklahoma City, I was like, man, the whole time I'm hurt. I'm like, man, I don't know what to expect. And a friend of mine by the name of George Davis, he was like, oh, man, I'm so happy. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, you don't understand. It's the best situation. It's a nice group of guys. This team is nice. They gonna be something. I was like, yeah, I'm going to see. So I land, I take my physical, and I didn't practice with the team because I was injured when I got there. So the team actually was on the road. Well, the next day they got back from Orlando, and I mean, they got back at probably 3 in the morning. And practice was at 11. And I was like, oh, hold on. Because I'm used to
That's not in Boston. You're not practicing.
No, we're not practicing at all. We get in at 3. We got the day off with Doc, right? So I get there, and I mean, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Eric Maynard, I mean, they are in there tearing the gym up in workouts. I mean, just going crazy. I mean, just working out hard. And I'm like, well, dang, I just played last night. And then Coach Brooks was like, well, here you go, Perk, let's watch practice. He said, over here, we don't call this an NBA team. We call this Oklahoma City University. Because our guys are hungry. We like a college team. We like to practice. We like to work. And when I seen them practice, that first practice, I mean, it was just like, wow. I mean, the competitiveness, they scrimmage. You know, Scott Brooks wanted to stop practice. They kept going. And then when I walked in the back, I go in the back, and you got guys at the age, they 21, 22. I'm not expecting this. Getting stretched, guys in the cold tub, got music playing in the weight room, everybody in there, nobody leaving right after practice. I mean, like, they stand an hour and a half of getting extra correctors and stuff, and I was like, oh, man, this the place. And then when I started playing, my first game was in Washington when I played for OKC, and I remember I came out, and it was just like, boom, like, and it was just, we just took off from there. And I mean, the guys, like, from Russ to Kevin to everybody just fell under my wing. And I had a 2-bedroom townhouse, and they was there every night. Every night we was home, they was there. Every time we went on the road, we was in there watching games together, and it was instant. I instantly forgot about Boston. Well, the 4-year, $36 million helped a little bit too. But I instantly forgot. I didn't forget about Boston, but when I tell you, I'm going to tell you how much the organization meant to me in Oklahoma City. When I got traded from there like 2 years ago, right. Do you know after I got traded, me and Sam talked and Troy Weaver, and they actually told me to come by the practice facility. And do you know we sat in the office and hugged and cried for about 35, 40 minutes. All three of us. They crying, I'm crying, because they didn't want to part. And they said, we'll cross paths. And the crazy thing about it was that even Mr. Bennett sent me a long paragraph, which is rare from my owner, sent me a long paragraph about thanking me for what I've done for the organization, and that we will cross paths again, and that I've been a blessing, and that he hates to lose me, and that he didn't want to do it and stuff like that. But I know the business part of it. You know, sometimes it happened. I got a $9 million contract. You know, Reggie Jackson ain't take the extension. He didn't really want to be there. So, yeah, I get thrown in. I know the business. But, you know, you never know what opportunity might come up. But I didn't burn no bridges. Everything still was great over there in Oklahoma City when I left. And, you always leave them doors open because you never know.